Hello again and welcome to the show. As always, I'm your host, Jason McNeil, and this is Cup of Joe Canada. Today on the show, I want to speak almost exclusively to the people of Ontario. I want to speak to you because we have an election coming up, and quite frankly, I've felt this way for about 8, maybe 9 years, but this year I feel like it's finally becoming completely evident and people are finally understanding. We have two options in this province, ladies and gentlemen. All right? On the right, we have a Conservative Party, which is the Progressive Conservatives of Ontario. And on the left, we have the NDP, which is the New Democratic Party, and they're the Socialists. This is what we have. In the middle, or what used to occupy the middle, we have the Liberals, and they are not middle. They're not middle of the road. They have no political ideology. They are not a political party as far as I'm concerned. They're a gang of thieves. Now, you might agree, you might disagree. I honestly, at this point, I could care less. Here's the truth of the matter, okay? If you want to sum up what the Liberals are to Ontario, the easiest way to do that is with one simple file, and that would be teachers, right? We were turning the corner last election. We were turning the corner. Kathleen Wynne specifically said, I promise not to impose a contract on the teachers. Kathleen Wynne won the election and immediately imposed the contract on the teachers, followed by being sued by the teachers, followed by losing the lawsuit because you have trampled on teachers' rights. So you could be for or against teachers. At the end of the day, this is what happened. They made a promise, they broke the promise, they were actually, taken to task for that, and the courts had to tell them, no, you screwed up, and that's actually going to cost more money than it would have to actually have negotiated a proper contract in the first damn place. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe you want to talk about billion-dollar gas pan scandals. Maybe you want to talk about e-health. Maybe you want to talk about Orange. You know what I mean? Maybe you want to talk about promising investment to autistic kids and then cutting autism research funding. Like, there is no file you can think of that has been, even if you thought it was a good idea, has been rolled out in an appropriate manner. The way they rolled out sex ed was horrendous, as we all know, and it's probably going to be a big thing now in this election because, it's a divisive wedge issue, so let's talk about that. That's what they did. What about wagging your fingers? Kathleen Wynne wagged her fingers at homophobes who opposed the sexual ed, the new curriculum, except in her riding where the majority took their kids out of school. And what did she do? She needed the vote, so she said, okay, you guys get an updated curriculum. Everyone else is homophobic, but in my riding, this specific school, we can sort of acquiesce. You can have what you want. Look, they were supposedly the middle of the road. We have a what I would call a center-right party, and we have a left party, and the middle of the road party has swung the hard left. You can tell. Look, they've been the pharmacare, the free university, all the socialist policies, it's all from the NDP. It's all stuff that they hear the NDP talking about. The car insurance, which was a promise, then was a stretch goal, was an NDP idea. Pharmacare was an NDP idea. So what you have is a hard left. Now, if it's not about right and left and center, and if we're not voting Liberal because they're the centrist party, what are we doing it for? Integrity. They've proven they have none, which brings me back to the beginning. We have a party on the right and a party on the left, and that's it. Maybe over time they can gut this party and get the crooks and thieves and ideologues and people who want to just spend all their time having social experiments. Maybe we can get those people out of it. And we can get back to the economics of politics, and maybe they could be a viable party again. But right now, we have a very good leader in Andrea Horwath, who is consistently the most liked of the three leaders, but no one wants to vote for her party because they get hijacked by people who think the Liberals are the only ones who have a chance to beat the Conservatives with all this fear-mongering nonsense. Listen, we have a right and a left. Please pick one. My advice would be if you see a Liberal talking on the TV, press mute. That's my opinion, Cup of Joe Canada. I'd love to know how you guys feel about it. You can always get me on Twitter. It's at Cup of Joe Canada, or you can hit the website, www.cupofjoecanada.com. This is horse crap.